Hey, good morning, Randy. This is going to be a rather lengthy demo video for 7 of the 8 Kylos that I've got here in house. On the 8th one, I'm waiting for 2 PCBs. I actually ordered 24 of them, but I need 2 of them for the Quillions on the 8th one. They were due on Wednesday, but we've had some bad weather and it put off shipping a little bit, and I noticed that they are not out for delivery today. So I won't be getting them until Monday at the very earliest. So in the meantime, I've got 7 of these done. I thought it was important to get you a demo video out to show you these 7. And typically I would do a demo right here in front of the camera, but because there is so much going on with these guys, I went ahead and recorded a demo facing my desk so that we could go over all of them. All right, so without further ado, we'll go over to my desk and we'll go over all of these 7 Kylos with the Goth Master Chassis. So for the sake of the demo video, because it's already going to be a long one, I only screwed in the handle of this particular one. I'll show all of the handles, but the rest of the Sabers we are going to go over with the handles off, but they're all done the same way, so I'll go ahead and I'll show those. All right, but this is the first Kylo. We're starting off with the one weathered one that you sent me. So I have a total of 8 here. This is the only one that was weathered. There are some differences with this one, obviously. So all of them have lit PCBs in both of the Quillions and in the main emitter. Pretty close to my camera, so sorry about that. All 2-button setups. So the top is going to be the power. The bottom will be the auxiliary switch. What we want to do is come over here and take off 3 of these screws. So you've got one located here, here, and here. All 3 of these need to come off to take the handle off. All right, so take these off real quick. Put this off to the side, and then our last one right here. All right, we're going to talk about the red wire. We'll go over the chassis, but first we'll go over the handle. So once you do that, you can take this red wire. I did this the same on all of them. So right here is where the red wire is cut. You can just pop this out just like that. All right, and then the handle slides straight off. Before we go over the chassis, I'll show the handle. So what I did was I ran that red wire up in here. There's several holes up in the bottom of the pommel. I just put the end right in one of those holes, glued in all of these, obviously, ran the red wire up to this clip, and then I put it halfway into the clip, and then I put a little bit of CA glue in there to hold that right there so this doesn't pop out. But when you slide it in here, there's plenty of room in that clip to slide in this top half. All right, so that's one handle. I'll put that off to the side because it goes to this Saber. And we'll go over the handles one by one. So this would be the second one, same deal. All right, put that over here. Third, fourth. Even though I only have 7 of the 8 done right now, we can go over all of the handles because I prepped everything. All right, that's the 5th one right there. Whoops, put that right here. 6, 7, and then the final one, the 8th and final one right here. So they all look identical. They've all been glued here at the clip for the red wire to stay in place. So I'm going to set these off to the side real quick and give myself a little bit of room. So I got those handles out of the way. This is the weathered Goth Master Chassis. So came to me weathered, very nicely done. All of these have your batteries in them. I'm assuming they're Keep Power 18 650s, but they have your sticker in them. So all of them will be the same, but I'll show that. This stays closed with the just 2 magnets, right? Or 4, honestly. There's one right here, and then the corresponding 2 magnets are right here that kind of keep this closed. The kill switch is right here. We'll turn that on here in a second. Flipping it over, you've got your 2 10-pixel accent strips underneath the lenses that were provided with the chassis. So a 10-pixel strip and a 10-pixel strip here. And then your OLED screen, and to get to the board, you want to do two things. Either you could pop this straight off, or what I find is easiest to do is I come over here and I flip this open. I take my battery out, put it off to the side, and then you could see that door right there. Just take your finger, pop it up a little bit, and you can see it pop up, and then you could take this off. This is held on with 6 magnets, all right? And when we look at this side right here, if I can get it into the camera, you've got access to your SD card right there and your micro USB slot. So you can take your SD card out from right here, same on all of them. You just take your 2 fingers, slide it out, just like that. And then when you want to put it back in, you can slide it in just like that, all right? And we will talk about this SD card. So the SD card that is in this particular Saber, and I chose the one that was weathered because the other ones look identical. Clip that back in and we'll put the battery back in. This particular SD card in the weathered version is the one that you gave me with your sound fonts. Now you have a ton of sound fonts. You gave me a config file for them, but it was nothing like how I built the Saber up. So I picked one sound font. I picked the Kylo font. I made a config for that. I will clip that into the video right here. And as you can see, as we go down, it's a very simple config. So you've got your blade, you've got your motor. The 2 quillions are wired together because I use shared power pins, right? So the quillions and the main blade, they are on the same negative line, and of course the same power line. So you've got your blade, your motor, your 2 quillions that are wired together. You've got your crystal chamber, the actual crystal in here, and then you've got these 2 strips right here. These are wired together, all right? So I think it's a total of 5 blades per style, or per sound font. I picked one sound font. I made that simple config, so whoever you have build up the config for all of these sound fonts that you have, they can use that. Now, although I left all of the fonts on this SD card, and a copy of the config file that I made is on there. It's called Kylo_config.h. I put the same copy of the config on all of the Sabers. So you can take that SD card and you can find the same copy, the same config on all 8 of these Sabers. All right, so that's what we've got right there. Let's turn this on. I'm gonna come over here and flip this switch. Oh, also you have 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speakers. All right, so that's what all 8 of these have. I'm gonna come over here and flip this on. I did do a shameless plug, and all of the OLED screens have my boot up. It's got my boot up logo. Whether or not you want to leave that on is obviously completely up to you, but that's what I wanted to do there. That's your battery meter. You can see your LED strips going back and forth till we come over here, and actually you can see your crystal pulsing as well. If I were to take one of these doors, let's pop all 5 doors down. All right, there's 4 and there's 5. So each of these have 5 doors that come down with magnets. You can see your crystal pulsing. We can hit power. Now when you hit power, you've got your rotating piece in there. Each of your quillions are lit up, and your main blade is lit up as well. Your LED strips go differently, and they react to auxiliary. And I gave you a different OLED animation right here, and then we can turn it off. So when you turn the Saber off, your rotating piece will turn off as well. All right, so we'll turn it on again. You also have twist off. And then these go back to a slow kit type of animation for your LEDs. Your crystal goes back to pulsing. Of course, it goes solid when you turn the Saber on. Turn that off. As you can see, all of these, I'll show them all. But I put the 2 blue wires up in here. So I glued them down in here. And of course, I put the 2 blue wires in the actual crystal chamber. So it looks like an extension of those 2 blue wires. So that's pretty cool right there. That was pretty cool to see. All of these doors have magnets So you can just, let's see, this one's closed already, but I just start at one side, close that one, you know, they all close the same, and it stays closed like that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the handle on so that you can tell what the sound is like with the handle on. This sounds really good when the handle's on. Now, when putting these on, obviously, this is you know, I do these demo videos for people. I try to act like they don't have any experience with sabers whatsoever. So if I go over something obvious, apologies for that, but I'd like to go over everything. There's a notch right here in the handle that you can see. That is for the switch section. Because if you look in here, right there, you can see the acrylic switch is resting on top of the switch PCBs, right? So we want to slide this over, line up that notch with that switch, and then you can push it right in. You could lock this handle down at this point. I'm not going to do that right now, but after you lock the handle down, you come over and you take this red wire and you put it right in, and it will stay there. Now, on this particular brand of Kylo Saber, there is a little hole, a holder inside there for the tip of the wire. You're probably not going to be able to see that very good, but I did also use some CA glue to glue the tip of that wire in there so that this single piece right here stays in place, and you can just pop it right in there and you're good to go. It looks like one piece. All right, but this is what the Saber sounds like with the handle on. Very beefy. Do some blade lockup. And we'll twist it off. Very beefy on it. And of course, I've just got the one sound font on here. If you want to go to another one, you hit auxiliary. All right, but it does have a soundtrack. We do a long press on the power. All right, do another long press to turn it off. That turns it off. And then we'll turn it on. We'll come over here and we'll flip our kill switch. And it shuts everything off like it should. All right, so that is the weathered one. I'm going to put this off to the side. And we're just going to go over these one by one. So this is the first one that's not weathered. Exactly the same setup. I probably won't go as much into detail here. I just want you to be able to see each one. Battery compartment. Alternatively, you can just come over here and you can pop that off with your finger if you want to, for board and SD card access. When you're done, just slap that back on, and it does clip into place. It's a tight fit though, so make sure you get it right, but it goes right in, and then once it's in, it stays in. Again, we'll come over here and flip our kill switch. We've got our LEDs and our OLED screen going. We got our crystal pulsing here. Let's open this door. Got our crystal chamber working. We got our quillions fired up. Main blade. All right. Everything's got the blue wire in there. All the same. Soundtrack. All right, we'll turn it on. And flip it off. Kills power just like it should. So that is the second one. I'm just going to try to leave it right here in the camera area so you can know that I'm not showing the same one over and over again. We've got quite a few here. So here's the other one. Hopefully you can see that in the side of the camera right there, but here's another one. Same exact setup. Let me grab my tweezers. It's a little bit easier to hit that kill switch. So we got everything going on here. A crystal. Close this back down. Some of these on the middle door, like this one in particular right here, it's a little tight. But just come over here and take your time and kind of click it in. It goes in, it will stay in there, no problem. It fits, it's just a little tight. All right, so we'll turn it on again. Flip the kill switch. That kills power. So now we'll just put this one right here. Here we've got the other one. This is the fourth one. Battery. Oh, tweezers here. Flip our kill switch. So everything is going well there. Close this again. Flip it on. Turn it off here. That's the fourth one. And we'll kind of stacking these up as we go. We got this one right here. All right. Minus the weathered one. These are exactly the same, wired the same, look the same, but just like to show their functionality. So again, kill switch. We got our LED screen and our OLED screen and LEDs. Get these doors open. Flip this back closed. Get that wire out of the way. Turn it on. Kill switch. Just like that. So we're good there. Kind of put this one right here. We got two more to show, so we should have enough room. And we got this guy right here. So we'll close this back up. Flip that off, so that one's working like it should. We'll put this one right here. And then this is the last one right here for now. All right. Flip our kill switch over here. Hit power. Come over here and flip these doors open. Flip this closed here. Turn it back on. Kill power right there. All right, so I'm gonna put this right here. These, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the seventh one, of course, being the weathered one right here that I put off to the side. These are the 7 completed Kylos, and then when I get my LEDs or my PCBs in the mail, They were due here last week on Wednesday. I probably said it in the intro, but I'm filming this separately, so I'm not sure if I'll cover it or not. They were due Wednesday, but we had some bad weather, and I think that put the mail back a little bit, and I had not seen any sign that they were out for delivery today. So if I don't get them today, obviously I won't get them till Monday, and I wanted to go ahead and get this demo off to you to show you that, you know, there's at least 7 that are finished here. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will box all of these up when I get that 8th one done, and I'll probably make a separate video for that 8th one just so that I could show the functionality of that too. All right, thanks, Randy.